Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel. Can't believe that was 25 seconds long. Anyway, we are back on the Big Fight Fuel channel. It is Wednesday, April 6th, 2022. Here with my friends, Wesley Williams, Cameron Johnson, here to review AEW Dynamite. Great show tonight, fellas. Really up, down. I really only had one complaint on the entire show, which we'll get to that, but AEW killed it tonight from Boston. Shout out to Boston, man. AEW has been to Boston 3 times, and every single time they're in Boston, Boston is electric. I mean, that city deserves an AEW pay-per-view at the TD Garden. I don't care when it is. But they deserve a pay-per-view, in my opinion, man. So, what a night, fellas. What a night. I mean, after this weekend, I thought AEW was finished because of WrestleMania. But here they come out the Wednesday after WrestleMania, and they put on a banger of a show tonight in Boston. Cameron Johnson, what is up, bro? How are you doing? What'd you thought of the show tonight?
Man, I am doing good tonight, man. AEW Dynamite tonight was a banger as always. But I'm gonna go out and say it. Not only was AEW Dynamite a banger tonight because of that great main event between FTR and the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, Christian Cage opening things off with the banger. But what makes this one an all-timer here is because we got Schmurda Joe tonight, bro. An all-time moment right here. Samoa Joe doing the Shmoney dance, bro. I ain't know Samoa Joe was a Bobby Schmurda fan like that, bro. I ain't know he was a Bobby Schmurda fan like that, man. So Samoa Joe, when I get paid again, man, I'm gonna buy one of your t-shirts. Hey, AEW, I know you're watching this video. That's the t-shirt design for it. Get some mojo doing the shmoney dance, put that on a t-shirt, and I guarantee you it'll sell out, man. But this is an excellent episode of AEW Dynamite, man. Joseph, I am doing good. Thanks for having me on again, as always. Big boy Wes, what's good?
Oh, man, you already know, man. When we're watching AEW, you already know you're guaranteed to have a great time. And that's exactly what we had tonight with tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite post-WrestleMania weekend live in Boston, Massachusetts. AEW riding off the momentum of Tony Khan's first ever produced Ring of Honor pay-per-view Supercard of Honor. I had the pleasure of watching it this past Friday night. And might I say, if you didn't watch, you really missed out on some really just goated gold, just a gold mine of content. If you didn't tune in just for the FTR versus the Briscoes match alone for the Ring of Honor tag titles, you really, really missed out. That match alone was worth the $30 paid to watch it on Fight TV or wherever you were able to watch it on your any streaming service available. But my goodness, man, AEW Ring of Honor, Tony Khan is firing on all cylinders, man. I love every bit of it. And, people want to say AEW's finished after WrestleMania. It doesn't look like that's the case to me. It looks like AEW's riding on some really great momentum right now with Ring of Honor, with AEW, and who knows what else they got in the plans here. We're on the road to Double or Nothing coming up next month. We're in for a real treat in these next coming weeks, man. And it's just really wonderful to still be a loud and proud AEW fan. And, the whole Cody Rhodes return, I want to say real quick, Cody Rhodes, I wish you the best in your time in WWE. I hope they make you world champion over there. We will really miss you talking about you here on the AEW reviews, but I wish you the best. Remember, guys, we're not going to be that loser who burned the shirt, the infamous loser in the IWC who burned his Cody Rhodes shirt. We won't be like that. This is not what we do here on the Big Fight Field channel. We deliver the goods right here. And that's exactly what we're going to continue to do tonight with this AEW Dynamite review.
Facts. I actually got something coming up on Cody Rhodes this weekend that I'm going to talk about on the channel. So be sure you all stay tuned for that. I'm just going to say it right now. I know we're going to talk about it at the end. It's April. We just started April. I'm already giving FTR my Tag Team of the Year award. God forbid anything else happens throughout the year. I'm giving them my award right now. I'm giving them my vote as the Tag Team of the Year. Holy smokes. I know they're not officially baby faces yet, but their babyface run has started off tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And then once again, everybody's talking how, and we'll also get to this one too. Everybody's talking how the day Wardlow gets his hands on MJF is going to be a great day. The crowd's going to go crazy. Dude, how about the day FTR turns on MJF and says F you? That's going to be a great day as well. Did anybody think of that?
Yeah.
Hey man, I thought of that, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. We about to get some fun 6-man tags coming up in the summer on the road to Double or Nothing, man. With FTR and Wardlow against MJF, and I don't even know who MJF, Sean Spears, whoever he decides to pick for this, bro. Man, we about to get some fun 6-man tags, man. I can't wait.
I'm legitimately excited, man. We'll talk about that match at the end. We are going to talk about the show. If you haven't already, though, Monday I did a quick reaction to WrestleMania. It was about 15 minutes long. If you haven't already, be sure to go check that out. I would appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. We are 2 subscribers away from halfway to 500 subscribers on the channel. So we need 2 subscribers to get to 450 subscribers. We're going to have so much content coming up. AEW regular content back every week. Dynamite and Rampage for you guys starting this week. Like I said earlier, I got a video this weekend coming up on Cody Rhodes, a separate video, and also some sports videos, man. The NBA playoffs is right around the corner, starts next week. Pretty sure we'll get some content for that next week as well. So you're going to want to be subscribed. It's going to be a fun month. And fellas, we're heading to the summer. So you're going to want to be subscribed to the Big Fight Field channel for sure. Dynamite tonight kicked off with Adam Cole Bay against Christian Cage in a singles match. A lot of people, when Adam Cole debuted in an AEW, one of their dream matches with Adam Cole was against somebody like Christian Cage. I'd say the match was worth the wait. A great match, and I mean a great professional wrestling match between Adam Cole and the veteran Christian Cage to start off Dynamite. Adam Cole, once again, hits... Oh, he didn't hit a low blow. He did a thumb to the eye. As the referee was in between them, Adam Cole did the thumb to the eye. He hit the boom and got the win over Christian Cage to start off Dynamite. Red Dragon then comes down. They attack Christian Cage. Out comes Jurassic Express. They attack Red Dragon. Then Adam Cole's just like, whatever. And he walks out. And out comes Hangman Page. Gets on the microphone. Or Adam Cole gets on the microphone. And he says, hey, you better stop right there. And I'm not touching you until the AEW World Championship is on the line. And Adam Page is like, oh, you want a title match. You just happen to get it. And I'm not giving it to you for an award. I'm giving it to you for punishment. And he says, I think next Friday we have a live Rampage in Dallas, Texas. And he says next Friday on Rampage, it's going to be Hangman Page defending the AEW World Championship against Adam Cole in a Texas death match. We recently just saw a Texas death match in February between Lance Archer and Hangman Page. We're now going to see another one next Friday between Adam Cole and Hangman Page for the AEW World Championship. I don't know about you guys, but the match we saw at Revolution, I saw it in person, was incredible. It was an incredible match. Now these two are going to have a Texas death match. I need next Friday to get here immediately. Immediately. And on top of that, it was announced later on in the show, next week on Dynamite, it's going to be Red Dragon versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus for the tag team championships. So we kind of had these two feuds culminating to an end next week. I can't wait. They're both going to be awesome matches. I'm very excited, especially that Texas Death Match, man. Live Rampage, the first time ever the AEW World Championship is going to be defended on Rampage. I need next Friday, to get here immediately. We're gonna start off with Wes.
Yeah, awesome opening match to get us going here in Boston, man, between Adam Cole, Christian Cage. It's great. It's just awesome to see Christian Cage still go at such a high level at his age, knowing that he's in his late 40s at this point. I mean, seeing both him and Edge just both excelling in their craft still at this point, Edge at WWE and Christian in AEW, it's just great to see those two guys still succeeding at what they do, man. And again, with goes with the Hardys as well. I mean, these guys just they never, lose the steam, man. I mean, hell, look at Sting. It's 62 years old, or 60. I believe he's 63 now. I mean, the guy's still jumping off all kinds of stuff at his old age, man. It's crazy. But I thought this was very good between Adam Cole and Christian Cage. Adam Cole obviously picking up the win to gain the momentum for himself heading into that big Texas Death Match next week on the live Rampage episode. First time ever AEW World title will be defended on a Rampage episode. And Joseph, I'm with you right there. I need next Friday to go ahead and get her already, because those two guys are going to absolutely maim each other. I loved what they did with the last Texas Death Match with Hangman Page versus Lance Archer, and I can't even imagine what Page and Adam Cole are going to do to each other next Friday, man. It's going to be awesome. And they're even loading up this Friday's card too. I mean, Tony Khan ain't messing around right now, man. I mean, Tony Khan is, again, like I said at the beginning of the review, he's firing on all cylinders right now, man. He ain't stopping. And why stop him? Why even stop Tony Khan, man? Let him continue to fire on all those cylinders. Let him continue to bring out banger card after banger card after banger card. I love it, man. I mean, it's just gonna be awesome to watch. And same goes with Red Dragon versus Jurassic Express next Wednesday on Dynamite, man. That's gonna be another great tag team battle there. And honestly, I'm at a crossroads with these two matches, man. I can see the titles changing hands possibly, but at the same time, I could see them being retained. So I'm at a bit of a crossroads right now with these two matches.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. Next Friday, Adam will win. So.
Yep. We know. I mean, just like how Sean won tonight. Sean won tonight. So I mean,
that's true.
There you go.
Let's go to Cam.
Yes, Joseph. Yeah, right. Next Friday, one Adam is guaranteed to win. But Adam will win. You are definitely right on that, man. But I thought this match between Adam Cole and Christian Cage, I thought this was a great match, man. A lot of great near falls in this match, too. In particular, I think Christian Cage hit a spear. I think it was at the spear spot when Christian hit a spear on Adam Cole. And Adam Cole was a little too late to get that shoulder up. It reminded me of Kurt Angle back in 2002 when Kurt Angle, reminded me of Kurt Angle when Kurt Angle is notorious. Kurt Angle is notorious for getting his shoulder up at the very last possible moment. I thought Adam Cole did that here tonight, and I thought Christian won this match. I was like, how is that not 30? But this is a great match here tonight, man. And in terms of next Friday, with Adam Cole and Hangman Page, man, that Texas Death Match is gonna be fun. Yeah, that Texas Death Match is gonna be fun. Texas Death Match, Hangman Page and Lance Archer had. That was an excellent match. So I'm very much looking forward. To this match here again. I'm looking forward to this, and I cannot wait. I need Friday. I need Rampage to hurry up and get with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to go back to what you were saying, Wes. You were saying that Tony Khan is firing on all cylinders, and he's putting on banger cards after banger cards every week. Is it that hard with the roster he has right now? I mean, up and down. This is kind of a side note to the storylines we're talking about now, but you look at the talent AEW's has picked up recently. Last week, they got Tony Storm. Samoa Joe's in AEW. We're going to talk about that next. Keith Lee just came in. Swerve Strickland just came in. You got all these guys coming in and their roster's getting better every week. It's like, is it impossible? It's like, it's ridiculously stacked, their roster.
Like,
So
it's like Tony Khan. It's like Tony Khan is playing it's like Tony Khan is playing WWE 2K, and he just it's like he just in the community creations all the time, just wanting to put some shit to pop up, and like he see it, he like ooh, they put Swerve in community creations. Oh, let me go ahead and download him and that thing. Well, we're gonna do this and this right here, bro. It's like he playing Universe Smoke, bro. These cards are unreal, bro. I'm like, my God. I'm like, my Lord, this is amazing right now what he's doing.
Or he or the AEW video game's finished and we just don't know about it yet. So
he tested it right now. This emulation.
That video game is going to be insane when it comes out, man. The roster we're going to see in that is going to be unreal.
Oh my God, I can't wait, dude. I'm actually thinking about making content for when that video game comes out. I think that would be a great idea, to be honest.
I might have to do the same thing, my man. I might have to.
I see y'all okay.
But yeah, tag title match next Wednesday. Red Dragon and Jurassic Express with the world title. Adam Cole and Hangman Page. Last thing I'll ask y'all. It kind of feels like this whole thing between Red Dragon and the Young Bucks have been on pause because the Young Bucks have been doing their thing with FTR and Red Dragon have been doing their thing with Jurassic Express. You think that could pick up next week, where the Young Bucks,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
when the Young Bucks try to help Red Dragon win, but it comes back and backfires?
Yeah, possibly. I can see it.
Yeah, I can see that happen. But I can definitely see that happen. Because I know I'm not making predictions or anything right now, but I don't think Fish and O'Reilly are one of the tag team titles next week. As a matter of fact, I think the person beating Jurassic Express for the tag team titles are Moxley and Danielson at All Out. No, not All Out. Excuse me. Double or Nothing. I get AEW scheduled.
Yes.
At Double or Nothing. So that's sort of right.
Yes. Yeah. I could see that too. I could see that happening as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm very excited for both matches. I need them to get here already. Samoa Joe. Man. Samoa Joe in AEW. It just feels right. You have one of those instances where someone walks in and it just feels right. It feels like home. Samoa Joe feels like he's in home right now. He debuted in Ring of Honor. They got the entire community buzzing. He's now on Dynamite. He's now on AEW. He's now on Dynamite. And he advances in the Owen Hart Championship tournament. He beat Max Caster. It was a fine match. It's not really necessarily about the match. It's about Samoa Joe and AEW for me. Samoa Joe is... And I know how ridiculously stacked AEW's roster is. We've talked about it on numerous occasions. Samoa Joe's addition to AEW is a game changer. Like, he's literally a game changer. And he's going to be the world champion. WWE, I can't even name the amount of times he should have won the world championship, and they didn't give it to him. He will be the AEW world champion. No question. In a couple years. Maybe by next year, considering how much longer he has in his career because of injuries. That's the other thing too. I just hope he doesn't get injured. Besides that, I'm all in with this guy in AEW. All in. He just won tonight against Max Caster. He's now in the Owen Hart Cup. He should win the Owen Hart Cup. If he doesn't win, he should be in the finals. But he should win that cup, and it should lead him into something bigger, maybe a world championship by next year. It's just, he's a game changer. He's literally the definition of a game changer. The way he carries himself the way he dominated Max Caster, the swag he had. It's just, man, it's just amazing. And I'll talk about all the Jay Lethal stuff at the end. But, my God, I love everything about this. I feel like a broken record, but he's a game changer, man. Let's go to Cam.
Yes. All right. I am so happy Samoa Joe is in AEW, quite frankly, man. I'm very much, the amount of matches Samoa Joe can have in AEW. The list is gonna be like the Jericho list of 1,004 holes when he was out there reading it on WCW Nitro that one year. That is gonna be that is how long the list is for the amount of opponents we can see Samoa Joe with. Joe and Punk, Joe Bryan, Joe Moxley, Joe Eddie Kingston, Joe MJF, Joe Hangman, Joe Cole, just a laundry list of opponents, man. Samoa Joe in AEW. I'm happy he's in AEW. I really am. I'm very happy he's in AEW. But the one thing that does concern me is the injuries. Oh, yes, the injury history. Look, we can go on about how he was used in WWE. That's a conversation for a different day. That's a conversation for a different day. The fact of the matter is, Samoa Joe, he did suffer a lot of the injuries in WWE. Now, here in AEW, I think he'll be injury free. I think he'll probably be able to be injury free for the most part. And I'm saying that because AEW doesn't run out. AEW, they don't run house shows, and it's not. I'm not saying the travel schedule is easy, but I don't think it's as rigorous as WWE's travel schedule, where they're in a new city or a new state almost every day. So they're doing house shows, doing Raw, SmackDown, and all that. So I don't think it's as rigorous. I don't think the schedule will be as rigorous on the body for Samoa Joe being here in AEW. But, his injury history does concern me. But if he can stay relatively healthy, man, this is going to be some fun. Oh, my God. And in terms of Max Caster, rest in peace, Max Caster, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Max Caster. I'll attend the funeral. I already got my outfit picked out for the funeral and everything, man. So I'm looking forward to attending Max Caster's funeral. And one more thing before I pass it to you, Wes. The Acclaim, this isn't about Samoa Joe, this is about the Acclaim. Turn the Acclaim babyface. Turn them babyface. 2021 to 2022, FTR went babyface. Okay? They went babyface. We need to see the Acclaim as babyface by the end of the year. Did you see how over they were tonight? They need to be babyfaces, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I mean, they just turned them. FTR is basically baby faces now. I think the Acclaim will be baby faces by the summer. By the summer, they should be baby faces. Let's go to Wes.
I gotta say, the addition of Samoa Joe to AEW is nothing short of amazing. I cannot lie, I marked out huge when he came out at Supercard of Honor, at the end of Supercard of Honor this past Friday, when he confronted Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, and he made Dutt pass out with the Kikita clutch. That was just a wonderful moment there, man. Joe's presence alone was just absolutely just unbelievable. I mean, it's just, again, another stacked addition to this already stacked AEW roster, man. And the way Samoa Joe carried himself tonight, the way he always carries himself, man. I mean, I loved it so much, man. I mean, Joe just comes out and he demands your attention, man. He's the type of dude that is in the pro wrestling business that demands your attention every time whether he grabs a microphone, whether he's in the ring competing, man, he demands your attention in any way, shape, or form, man. That's exactly what he did tonight in Boston against Max Caster. Max Caster, RIP. I already got my all-black suit, my finest all-black suit to attend to your funeral, so very sorry about that, my friend. But, maybe don't call out Samoa Joe next time, or just don't rap about him. Maybe that's probably a better approach next time. But Samoa Joe is officially qualified for the Owen Cup, man, and I'm with you, Joseph. I think he should, at the very least, make the finals of the tournament. Who he faces in the finals, I don't know, but I don't put it past Tony Khan to make it somebody who is definitely worth the watch. So whoever Joe does face, it's gonna be great. I mean, whoever he faces in each round of the tournament, it's gonna be unbelievable. And again, it's just another way to make AEW even more must see. It got Samoa Joe in there. Now just add the Samoan submission machine, and there you go, man. This is the true Killer Joe that we've been all waiting to see for so long, man. And now that he's no longer under the WWE management, under WWE's thumb, and he's now free and he's able to be creative and go out there and say whatever the hell he wants and do whatever the hell he wants, man. This is Samoa Joe. If you've watched Samoa Joe for as many years as I have, and as many years as Cam has, back in the TNA days, man. I mean, Joe, and even in the Ring of Honor, the old school Ring of Honor days too, man. Joe is about to light some folks up, and it's going to be one of the most beautiful things ever, man. It's going to be great.
That's a bad man. That is oh my God, that's a bad man right there, man. That's a bad. Oh my AEW, man, y'all better be careful, bro, because Joe will be choking out people, man. Joe will be choking out people, and it's gonna be lovely. Oh.
So, after the match, we got Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt on the Titantron. Now, Jay Lethal is a heel. Thank God. He needed a heel turn, and from his days of Ring of Honor, he's very entertaining as a heel. So I think this is a great move to turn Jay Lethal heel, and this feels like it's going to be Samoa Joe's first feud in Ring of Honor or AEW. It's going to be with Jay Lethal. I'm totally down for that. Lethal and Sanjay were like, we know you don't respect us, but we respect the hell out of you until what you did last Friday. And we still kind of respect you. And we're going to roll out, basically their proposal was they're going to roll out the red carpet next Wednesday in New Orleans for Samoa Joe. So, feels like this is going to be Joe's first feud. Maybe this is the finals of the Owen Hart Cup. Maybe the finals is Jay Lethal versus Samoa Joe. Maybe Jay Lethal never really won much as a babyface. Now he's going to take that fuel and fire into the Owen Hart Cup, and he's going to make it all the way to the finals and meet Samoa Joe. That's a very good story, if you ask me.
Yeah, I like that a lot for sure, and I agree with you, Joseph. Jay Lethal's heel turn, definitely the right move. I figured they were heading down that path. That mysterious promo he cut on that Rampage episode, I believe it was like last week, a couple weeks ago. He made that promo, and it kind of signaled to me that they were going to be doing some sort of character change with Jay Lethal. And if you watch Supercard of Honor this past Friday, Jay Lethal did officially turn heel after he had lost to Lee Moriarty. He turned on Lee and beat up Matt Sydal as well. And didn't Lee beat him?
Yeah, he gave Lee a low blow.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Lethal, he won by using dirty tactics, and then proceeded to beat up Lee Moriarty and Matt Sydal after the match. And then later on in the show, he confronted Jonathan Gresham after Jonathan Gresham had won his match against Bandito and won the first shot. And I mean, all of it, if you've watched Supercard, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Jay Lethal being a heel, it's the right move. I'm a big fan of it. I like that Sanjay Dutt is by his side too. Both those guys have known each other for many years. They've worked alongside each other for many years. So I really like Sanjay Dutt being kind of almost like a manager figure for Jay Lethal in this case, and being they kind of both just play off each other very well. So I think this is going to work out.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson.
First off, I'm happy Jay Lethal's on Dynamite. I'm very happy Jay Lethal. I'm very happy we're seeing Jay Lethal on Dynamite. Feels like every week at this point. It's been on the past 2-3 weeks, I think. So I'm very happy to see Jay Lethal on AEW television. Very happy to see him on AEW television. His heel turn was a breath of fresh air. It was something else. I'm with you guys. It was something that was desperately needed. And now Jay Lethal. I like the fact that they put Sanjay Dutt with him too. And I'm gonna call this feud the Now, I'm gonna call this feud. Remember TNA. That's what I'm gonna call this feud. That's what I'm gonna call this feud. I'm gonna call the Joe Lethal, Sanjay Dutt feud. Remember TNA. Remember how great TNA was? You remember that before they went in and fucked it up? You remember that?
Yep, that could have been special, but at least we can look back at the fond memories of the TNA days back in the mid to late 2000s, and hey, thank God for AEW, right? So there you go.
Yep, God for AEW.
Yeah, so Samoa Joe in AEW, he's just gonna do great things. We know this. So, and by the way, before I get to the next topic, between William Regal and Samoa Joe, I hope Adam Cole has some protection backstage.
Oh yeah, my God, what a sight, man! Adam Cole, William Regal, Samoa Joe in the same company, but it's not WWE. Like this is just again another timeline we're in, man. Like literally, wasn't it just last year we saw these three men on NXT television, and now a year later they're on AEW television. This is just a wild timeline, man. My gosh.
Yep. So we had Shawn versus Shawn Dean versus Shawn Spears. This match actually didn't go that long. And you thought Shawn Spears won, but he didn't. MJF was on commentary again. Wardlow backstage. They showed the camera with security laying all over the place. And Wardlow was walking around backstage. He's beating the shit out of all these security guards, throwing them on the wall, shoving them into lockers. He then comes out. He slams one of the security guards, and the guardrail fell down. He slammed him that hard that the guardrail fell that hard. And then 3 security guards proceeded to grab him, hold him back. But Shawn Spears was watching Wardlow the whole time. Shawn Dean rolled him up and got the victory over Shawn Spears. So Shawn Dean has now beaten MJF and Shawn Spears. And Wardlow cost Shawn Spears the match. I mean, listen, man, I love what they were doing with Wardlow in this storyline. Basically, the story is that MJF is sending Wardlow, he's paying Wardlow to sit at home, and he can't show up to work. They got all these posters at ringside of help wanted. If you see this man, please tell us that situation. And it's got Wardlow's face on it. He's just coming out the back, beating the shit out of security guards, walking through the crowd. I love it. It kind of reminds me of the day Stone Cold did that. So I love it. And next week we're getting MJF. It wasn't confirmed, but MJF laid out the challenge to Shawn Dean that he's going to give him a hurting next week in New Orleans. Let's start with Mr. Johnson and then Wes.
First off, I just want to say, bro, these security guards in wrestling got to be some of the worst security guards in the history of sports, bro. Why does wrestling got to have the worst security guards in the history of sports, bro? Why? Why is that the case, bro? Security allow fans to jump over the barricade. Security allow fans to jump over the barricade. Allow fans to jump over the barricade and attack a wrestler. And attack a wrestler before they realize, oh shit, there's a fan in there. We need to do our job. Every time there's a contract signing and the babyface comes out, they absolutely get demolished. They absolutely get demolished. So security guards in wrestling are just completely and utterly useless at this. Are just completely and utterly useless at this point. And I don't know if I'm a security guard in New Orleans next week and I'm working Dynamite, I'm bringing a gun. I'm bringing some sort of weapon. I'm bringing some sort of weapon. And when I see Wardlow, I'm gonna use it on him, man. It's my God. But Captain Shawn Dean beating Shawn Spears. It's perfectly fine. Sean Spears is perfectly fine. Sean Spears is a loser. It's perfectly fine. Sean Spears is a loser. So shout out to my boy Sean Dean getting that one here. I like the fact that they continue the storyline here with Wardlow wanting to absolutely murder MJF every single week. I love it, man. And MJF, you better be careful next week, man. You better be careful next week, man. And security in New Orleans. Bring a gun, bring a baseball weapon, whatever it is you got to do. If you see Wardlow, beat the piss out of him. That's the only way you go stop him.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would love it for this storyline if somehow, if Wardlow got arrested. I think that would be pretty interesting. And then he somehow gets out of the cell, and that would be, I don't know, man. It's just an idea, but I think it's a fine idea. What do you guys think? If they arrest him,
he'll do one of those movie tricks. Just breaks the cell, like just rips open the cell bars, and that's how he breaks out of jail right there. And it's like just do a whole straight up just like movie out of it, just straight up like movie you see in the theaters, like right there.
Yeah,
I like that. I can see that happening. I can see that happening. What about this one? MJF has Wardlow arrested. Wardlow goes to jail. But like the next week or whatever, Wardlow gets bailed out. And MJF's like, let's say like MJF, because like MJF is rich and all that. Let's say like MJF has like a corrupt friend in like the police department or whatever. And like they set Wardlow's high astronomically high. He ain't getting out because he got this IS bail. What if somebody, in particular, somebody in the Pinnacle, pays the bail money and we find out FTR bailed Wardlow out of jail and our FTR Wardlow are going to beat the piss out of MJF or something? I don't know. I'm just shooting. I don't know. This just came off the head. I don't know.
They're both great ideas. If Wardlow got arrested and FTR bailed him out of jail, they're both great ideas. I don't know. It just would be an interesting turn in the storyline if MJF got Wardlow arrested. It would just be very interesting. Let's go to Wes.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying everything they're doing with the storyline right now. I wouldn't change a thing about it, honestly. I love the fact that Wardlow keeps showing back up in AEW just to try and get his hands on MJF, but he just can't get to it. But tonight, I love how it ended up screwing over Sean Spears at the end, and Sean Dean got the win over Sean Spears. And now it's official. He has now wins over MJF and Sean Spears, and now he's got another match with MJF next Wednesday on Dynamite. I mean, I feel happy for Sean Dean, man. I mean, hey, the guy's a hell of a worker, so it's like, hey, I mean, I like that they're continuing on with that storyline with Sean Dean getting the wins over the Pinnacle because it dates back to the Punk MJF feud right before, where Sean Dean got that DQ win over MJF, and see that, and again, that's how you do DQ finishes right in pro wrestling. You don't overblow it every single week. That's how you do it right. But yeah, this is really good stuff, man. And when the day comes when Wardlow does get his hands on MJF, man, they're definitely going to do their best to make it one of the most special beatdowns in pro wrestling history for sure, man. The way they've been building this up for so long, man, Wardlow is going to literally tear MJF limb from limb. He's going to leave him as like just a bunch of bloody pieces in the center of the ring. I mean, it's going to be just an absolute carnage. It's going to be absolute carnage. And but yeah, Tony Khan is doing great things with this, and obviously this will lead to an eventual match. I predicted Double or Nothing between MJF and Wardlow, and that's going to be awesome. So
yep, I think it'll lead to a singles match with MJF wins. Wardlow's going to stay at home for good. If Wardlow wins, he's out of MJF's contract, and he's an official member on the AEW roster. So that's the way I see them going with this. But I love it. We're getting Sean Dean versus MJF next week in New Orleans. We got Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz beating the shit out of the Jericho Appreciation Society in the backstage area. You even got this man throwing a television at them, and that was a nice television as well. That was just broken. So I don't know, man. Someone could have used that television, but anyway, Jericho Appreciation Society gets in a car. They're getting out of Boston, and that this leads to Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston in the ring. And Eddie Kingston is threatening the entire faction that he will go to their house and kick their ass. He'll go to Jericho's house. He'll go to 2.0's house. And he says, Garcia, I know where you live. I'll gladly come to your house to beat the shit out of you as well. So we then got Santana and Ortiz challenging the Jericho Appreciation Society to a 6-man tag next week in Boston, in New Orleans. It's going to be Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz against Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia. This was fine. I enjoyed it. Again, AEW has some great feuds going on right now. This is definitely one of them. If they want to, I could see this being the Blood and Guts feud. So
I can see that. I could see it too. I mean, and like I think we've discussed it before. Like if somehow, some way, heading into Double or Nothing, they're able to work into a Stadium Stampede match like they have for the past two Double or Nothing pay-per-views, I think that'd be great as well. And I've mentioned it before too. I mean, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, they got to have two more members to even the odds with Jericho Appreciation Society. That's why I'm and as the LA, I mean, it writes itself. I mean, that's professional wrestling booking done right. So if they're available, Hernandez and I know Homicide's still going. I don't know about Hernandez. I haven't seen him in many things, but I mean, that big old dude is probably going to be able to still do something in that ring. But yeah, that's kind of where I see this heading to. Is this is going to culminate Double or Nothing between the two factions, whether that be some sort of street fight match or Stadium Stampede. If they're able to implement that in Vegas somehow, we'll have to see. I mean, I imagine AEW would be creative enough to do some kind of a special, street fight-esque kind of match. But yeah, this is where I see the storyline heading, in my opinion. So,
yeah, Cam.
Oh man, bro, I'm looking forward to that 6-man tag next week. And in terms of and in terms of Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz saying, and in terms of Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz, saying that they gonna break into their house or whatever. Wrestling is the only place in the world where felonies are legal. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you ever wonder what it's like to commit a felony, you should become a professional wrestler. You can break into somebody's house, run somebody over with your car, assault somebody in the parking lot with a deadly weapon. If you ever wonder what it's like to commit a felony, just become a professional wrestler. Just become a professional wrestler, I'm telling you. So, I'm telling you. So, I cannot wait for that, man. But this 6-man tag next week is going to be a lot of fun. I could see this going down the road of Blood and Guts. My only question is, do they add more people? My only question is, do they add more people? My only question is, do they just do a 3-on-3 Blood and Guts match, or do you see them adding a couple more people to the storyline, or is it just LAX against Inner Circle 2.0 and 3-on-3 Blood and Guts? That would really be the only question I have about that. But besides that, I'm looking forward to this feud. I'm looking forward to this match this week.
I don't see it just being Kingston and Santana and Ortiz. In the long run, yes, I see them being a group and sticking together. But for this feud, I mean, it's 5-on-3. You'd think they're going to add 2 more people, right? And the history that Santana and Ortiz have with Homicide and Hernandez, you'd think that they're going to help them out against Chris Jericho's faction. So that's the way I see it going down. Whether it's Blood and Guts or Stadium Stampede, I don't know. I'm not so sure. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I want Stadium. Me personally, I want Stadium Stampede. I'm biased towards Stadium Stampede. I love the first one. I love the second one. That is my favorite match stipulation in all of AEW. I want Stadium Stampede. That's what I want for this match. But
yeah, we'll see. I'm happy with either, to be honest with you. So, um, we then go into hour 2 of Dynamite. And leading up to hour 2, I thought this was probably the only complaint I had the entire night. We had a tables match between Butcher and the Blade and the Hardy Boys. And I love the Hardys. Butcher and Blade are great. The ending with the Swanton Bomb through the table was great. This match was rough, though. If I'm being honest with you, this match was rough. And me personally, this match was confusing. I was very confused by this match. Just the rules of this match. It's like one person goes through a table, they're eliminated. It's just, why couldn't you make it simple? Like, the first person on the team to go through a table, that team loses. So it just could have been simple. So the first thing they did bad right off the bat is Jeff Hardy was the first person to go through a table. I don't even know if he went through the table. Like, did it look like he went through that table? Because it didn't look like it to me.
Right, Botchamania is going to have a field day with that. I will say that. I don't even think the table broke.
No.
Like, only like the legs broke, I think, and the table was like barely cracked. But like once that happened, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I guess. Well, I was thinking in my head, well, I guess it didn't count because it didn't really break necessarily. But I thought that was awkward. But yeah, this I don't know what they were doing with this match. I mean, this really table matches aren't that complicated to book. They're really not. If we've seen a history of tables matches in wrestling, it's not that complicated. You just throw an opponent through the table and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what AEW. It seemed like commentary was confused too, because I don't even think they knew what was going on. Like, because I guess Tony Khan never met up with JR, Excalibur, and Shivani about this match because I don't think they knew at all what was happening. I mean, there was a lot of rough stuff was happening here. It just felt like a big clusterfuck, really, is what it felt like.
Yeah, especially JR. He was very confused about this.
And that's the thing, man. Don't confuse JR, because JR already is like going places in his head when he's on commentary. He'll just go into his own place, man. I love JR to death, man. He goes to his own little world though when time comes.
Cam, you will look like you were about to say something.
I don't. Here's the thing with this match. Okay, when this match was announced, did they ever announce it as a elimination match, or did they just say that during the commercial? Because I'm watching the match and Jeff Hardy goes to the table. I think the match is over. All of a sudden they go, Jeff Hardy's been eliminated. And Twitter goes, and my friend Stevie, shout out to him. He asked me, he was like, "Is this an elimination match?" And I told him, I was like, "I don't know." I don't know. And they're like, "Yeah, it's an elimination match." I was like, "Okay, so why didn't he announce it as an elimination match?" Just the first thing. Second thing, if I understand that it's no DQ, but if Jeff Hardy and the Butcher got eliminated, why are they still at ringside?
Yeah.
Matt Hardy and the Blade. I did not understand that at all. They should have just went to the back. This entire thing got turned into a mess. It did not have to get turned into. Literally just the first team. You literally just the first person to go to a table loses. It's not that hard. It's a giant mess.
Yeah. So it was just a complete. It was rough. This match was rough. The first thing they did bad. The first thing they did wrong in this match was Jeff Hardy was the first person to go through the table. If you wanted a Hardy boy to go through a table, just have Matt go through the table. Right. So it's not that hard.
And they still did the Jeff Hardy spot at the end. So why is any of this happen? Why? I just like this match was just one big why. Just why. I mean, and I was honestly looking forward to this match. I thought this match was going to be great because These two teams are great. Butcher and Blade are heavily underrated. And the Hardy Boys are the Hardy Boys. We know the Hardy Boys. We know how they fare in weaponized matches. We know what they do. But for whatever reason, Tony Khan was just like, hey, I'm just going to throw this match together. Nothing's going to make sense. Everything's going to like come up and you're going to be like, oh, okay, wait. So now it's elimination. Wait, they're eliminated. Wait, they're still in the match. Wait, everything is just all around. Because I really didn't get any, because when I saw Butcher was getting involved, I didn't see Jeff anywhere, so I was like, okay, did Jeff go to the back and Butcher's just still there? And so it's 2-on-1, but Butcher's eliminated. Nothing makes sense. AEW booked this match the way WWE books things. I even think WWE would book a tables match this confusing. And that's a weird thing for me to say, but I don't even think WWE would book a match this confusing for a tables match.
Oh my God, this match was so... What's up?
I think WWE would just do it the way they book their tag team battle royals, which is if one person from the tag team is eliminated, the whole tag team's eliminated. I think that's how they would have booked this table match. First person when they go through the table is loses.
Yeah,
that shit was confusing.
This match was so confusing, man. So I'm gonna get back to the match here. The first thing they did wrong was Jeff Hardy was the first person to go through the table. I thought I thought he was eliminated. And then the commercial break, I saw the Butcher go through a table, and I'm like, did the Butcher just get eliminated? And he didn't get eliminated because he put himself he put himself through the table. So then Matt Hardy puts him through a table with the side effect. So I'm like, okay, Jeff Hardy's eliminated. The Butcher's eliminated. It's down to Matt Hardy and the Blade in this match. And Matt Hardy and the Blade are brawling on the outside. And I see the Butcher fighting Matt Hardy. And they had a table on the outside. They're going to suplex Matt Hardy from outside the barricade through the table. And the table just disappears. And I'm like, who pulled the table back? And Jeff Hardy was still out there. And I'm like, this is confusing. Jeff Hardy and the Butcher already got put through tables. Send them to the back. Just let it be Matt Hardy versus the Blade. And I don't know, man. This match was so confusing. It really was. I wish we were told this beforehand, or they would have just made it make more sense. This match made no sense whatsoever. And then the match ends. Jeff Hardy goes up to the top ladder, hits a swanton bomb. Did anybody notice that his head went through the table on on the swanton bomb?
Yeah, man, Jeff is a maniac. Jeff finds any kind of ladder, he's gonna jump off of it. I mean, he'll be 80 years old and he'll jump off a ladder. I mean, that dude is. See, and that spot would have been more great had we understood the rules of this match. If Jeff never got eliminated and we understood everything, that could have been a better moment. It was still great.
I thought Matt Hardy was. I thought he was going to go off the top of the ladder and do a frog splash or something. That's what I thought he was going to do. And freaking Jeff Hardy's going up there, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, but why is Jeff going? He's eliminated. I don't get it, man.
I think Tony Khan needs to just do more research on tables matches. I don't think he really. It seems like he just didn't fully understand the concept of a tables match before this show tonight.
Yeah,
I think he was he knew they parties do well in tables matches, and he was just like, okay, great, well, let's make a tables match, but guess what? We're just gonna make it confusing for everybody.
Yeah, so. which is weird because every week on Dynamite to see somebody goes through a table. So that's with you.
Oh my God. So then, anyway, after the match, Andrade. Private Party, they come out. Sting comes out. He destroys Private Party. He's getting in the face of Andrade. Andrade puts the bunny in front of him, and they walk to the back. So, pretty simple. It's just it was a confusing match, man. I wish I knew the rules beforehand. You know, I wish I would have explained it better. That way, it would have made just a little bit more sense. Like, listen, the match. I mean, it wasn't like the wrestling was bad. It was just so confusing. The rules were effed up. So
it was just clunky. I mean, the wrestling itself, yeah, like you said, Joseph, wasn't horrible. It's not like this was like the worst tag team match ever or anything like. I mean, it's not like it was that like bad or anything. But like, man, yeah, I think just everybody not understanding the rules. I don't think that even the crowd understood. I mean, they were still making noise, but I don't think the Boston crowd even understood what was happening. I mean, nobody knew what was going on, and it was just. It really just when you don't understand what's going on in the match, it really just throws everything else off, and you start to have a very clunky type of match. So hopefully they do better. If they decide to do a tables match again, hopefully they do more research and they do it better. Because yeah, it sucks that this match had to end up being the low point of this awesome show. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, not everything you watch in wrestling will be perfect. So you know, it is what it is.
worst thing about it too is I was really looking forward to this match tonight.
Right.
So, it is what it is. It is what it is, and we just move on from it. So we had a qualifier in the Owen Hart Cup. Julia Hart against Hikaru Shida. The one thing I will take away from this match, immediately during Shida's entrance, and when she's in the ring and stuff, Julia Hart she goes right away to attack Shida. She's like putting her jacket over her face. She's got her up against the ropes. Pillman and Garrison are like, "What are you doing? Like make it fair and stuff like that." She tells them immediately to leave, go backstage, get out of here. So that was like the first thing that happened in the match. Is Julia Hart told the Varsity Blondes to leave and go backstage. So that's damn.
Dude.
I hate seeing it on camera so much. So anyway, another thing I pointed out, the match was fine. I'm gonna go as far as saying this match was probably better than the tables match. Like, seriously, yeah.
Pretty good.
They had fun. Yeah. Hikaru Shida won Falcon Arrow. Did anybody realize that Julia Hart had black makeup under her eye patch?
I noticed that. I did. Yep. I think this is
it
the
was
black effect for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't clear, but it was like smudged, you know?
Yeah.
But she definitely had black makeup under that eye patch. So she's guaranteed to be the next member of the House of Black. I'm shocked it hasn't happened already, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, let's go to Cam.
I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. And look, you guys know this is my entire gimmick when we first started this show. I'm a big, okay. I like Julia Hart. I like Julia Hart. And most of you guys know, the people watching this video, know that, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I am a big Alexa Bliss fan. So I am not saying this to be mean, but Julia Hart is giving off Alexa Bliss vibes right now. And I don't know if that's good or bad or what. Again, I like Julia Hart. This is my entire gimmick is me sipping for Julia Hart when we first started doing these reviews. And I am a Alexa Bliss fan. But Julia Hart reminds me very much of Alexa. She reminds me very much of Alexa Bliss here. Of Alexa Bliss. But I thought the match was okay. I thought it was fine. I thought the match was okay. I thought it was fine. The people that are gonna hate on her, like, oh my God, she's terrible. But you gotta remember something. You gotta remember something. She's 19. She's 19 years old. Okay, so she's going to get better. Okay, so she's going to get better with time. You gotta have an understanding. You gotta have an understanding. Not everybody is so who can just take to this. Okay, so it's gonna take some time for her to adjust. That being said, I thought the match was fine. Her kicking out the Varsity Blondes, I laughed at. Her kicking out the Varsity Blondes, I laughed at. Because she was probably thinking, I don't need you two losers out here. She was probably thinking, I don't need you two losers out here, you two scrubs. I don't need y'all out here. I don't need y'all out here. So I thought that was good. So I thought that was fine. So I laughed at that. And Julia Hart joining House of Black. I can definitely see it. I did not notice her eye patch makeup. I didn't notice the makeup she had under her eye patch. But hey, her joining the House of Black, sign me up, man. Sign me up, man. I think this could be fun, and I think it could be fun, and I think it makes sense. And without Malachi Black, I like the fact that, and I hope they play this up on television, that when he missed you, like when he missed you on television, or like if he missed you in general, it causes you to change. I like that. And we're seeing that with Julia Hart so far. So I thought this was fun.
Wes?
Yeah, I thought the match was pretty good for what it was. I like the character change of Julia Hart, and Joseph got the black makeup underneath her eye patch, and it looks like the Malachi Black effect is really starting to get to Julia Hart more and more, and it might get to the point where we start seeing her eye and the makeup get bigger and bigger like it is on Malachi Black's face. But yeah, this is definitely leading towards that full turn for Julia Hart, and I'm surprised as well. It hasn't happened yet. I figured by this point we'd have it, but it's a really slow build. It looks like with Julia, but Shida did win the match, and we did see Serena Deeb come out afterwards. They had a standoff with a kendo stick in the chair. Honestly, if I was booking the finals of the Owen Cup for the women, I would not mind Shida and Deeb being in the finals of that tournament, man. I mean, these two are back at it again, back at each other's throats. We've seen how awesome they work together in the multiple matches they've already had. I think this would be a perfect finals match for the Owen Cup. People have even said Serena Deeb should win the Owen Cup, and because she just fits the mold of that entire tournament, fits the whole feel and aura of it. So honestly, I think right there, Tony Khan and AEW already teased the finals of the tournament for the women being Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb, which I would not mind at all. Again, I could be predicting this too early, but we'll have to see how the tournament actually goes once we do get there. But honestly, I mean, seems like we kind of already see what the finals of the men and the women could possibly be, with the women being Shida and Deeb, and the men possibly being Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal, which honestly, those two finals matches sound great to me. Would not mind that at all. But we're going to have a hell of a good time watching these two tournaments unfold once we do get the full brackets made and everything once we get to next month. But yeah, the match was fine. I like that they're continuing the Shida Deeb stuff, and hopefully we see that culminate in the Owen Cup.
Yeah, for sure. Toni Storm debuted last week. I could have a case for her to win the Owen Cup, but I don't know if it's a great idea to have two people who just came in to win the Owen Cup. I think her time will come. Obviously, I think she should have a great tournament. Obviously, I think she'll lose to Serena Deeb, but there's no doubt she'll be TBS champion. She'll be AEW Women's Champion. Her debut, pretty good last week. Her time will come. But Samoa Joe's got to win that cup for the men, in my opinion. It's a no-brainer. So, Rampage this Friday. Before we get into the main event, this Friday we'll be here to review it back on the Big Fight Field channel. Myself, Cameron Johnson, Wesley Williams here for a Rampage. We got the Blackpool Combat Club in singles action. We got Trent Beretta against Bryan Danielson, a match we haven't seen yet in AEW. That should be pretty interesting. We got QT Marshall against Swerve Strickland. Qualifier, Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale against Red Velvet. Qualifier for the Women's Own Cup. And the main event, Tony Khan's already came out and said it. The main event of Friday is going to be Jon Moxley against the new ROH Pure Champion, Wheeler Yuta. And he's already having himself a nice breakout year as well. So that should be a fun main event. We've seen Yuta and Moxley in the ring a couple times in AEW, and we'll see it again on Friday.
One thing before we get to the main event. Apparently on Rampage tonight, Sammy Guevara got booed out the building. Apparently on Rampage tonight, Sammy Guevara got booed out the building and got met with "shut the fuck up" chants. So,
yeah. Well, hey, maybe don't do him and Ty as an on-screen relationship, because honestly, I'm not into this stuff. I don't know about you guys. I ain't into this at all. This is making the TNT title picture look dull as shit right now.
Legit. This is worse than Cody and really quickly. This is probably worse than Cody and Brandi. Like, I don't really know whose fault it is, but I don't think this was a good idea to put him in a feud with Dan Lambert. And he's the face. Dan Lambert and his faction is the face in this feud, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with Sammy and Ty, man. I hope they do better by these two, especially Sammy. I mean, my gosh, he's getting shut the fuck up chance. I mean, unless you turn these two heel, like just end this. Just end this quick, because we need to move these two on to better stuff than having them on as a lovey-dovey on-screen relationship. This isn't high school drama shit. Like let's get to the pro wrestling, get to like Sammy being the Spanish God and Ty doing her thing, you know.
Wait, Cam, did he cut a promo on Rampage or something?
I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I just read on Twitter that he got booed out the building, he got shut the fuck up chance, and he got boring shit. So
I can't wait. Dude, I can't wait for this segment now.
I think AEW is gonna. I think they're gonna edit. I think they gonna edit that segment. Maybe not. I don't think they're gonna edit the booze, but I think the shut the fuck up shit they're gonna edit out. But yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of hope they don't. Because they should just turn heel. Who cares? So, anyway, FTR, the Young Bucks, AAA, ROH World Tag Team Champions. FTR already had one Match of the Year candidate with the Briscoes this past Friday. Now they have one with the Young Bucks. Folks, if you did not watch Dynamite for whatever reason tonight, please go watch this match. Just go watch this match. So you'd be doing yourself a favor. 22 minutes of pure tag team wrestling. It was slow in the beginning, got very, very great at the end. Fellas, I don't even have any words. I don't have words to say. I legit don't have words to say. I said it in the beginning. I'm giving FTR my tag team of the year right now. If anything doesn't happen the rest of the year, hopefully anything doesn't bad happen. But right now, I'm giving my vote to FTR. What a run. These past 5 days is worth it for me. I mean, Dax Harwood, Wrestler of the Year. Is that ridiculous to say or no?
I just see that happening. Dax Harwood been a machine in there, bro. It's no wonder it's no wonder he a big Bret Hart fan, because he on his mind for Bret Hart right now, bro. My this man is a mess.
I'm not going to talk about this match move for move because we'd be here all night. But I did think when the Young Bucks, first off, when they had that roll up and Matt Jackson was holding the tights, I seriously thought that was the ending of the match. He got hit in the title with the face. Matt Jackson rolled him up, had a handful of tights, and Dax Harwood got there to save Cash Wheeler. Fellas, I seriously thought when Cash Wheeler was in the BTE trigger position, I thought the Briscoes were about to come out. Is that me? Am I the only one? Because they got super kicked on Friday.
Yep. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought the Briscoes were definitely going to make it some sort of appearance here, but they didn't. But man, I mean, gosh, I would just love to see the Briscoes just in that tag team match with the Bucks and all the tag teams they got in AEW. Man, those guys are just pure. I mean, you talk about one of the best tag teams in the world, man. The Briscoes are definitely it, man. Those two guys are unfreaking real, man. I mean, again, like. Folks, if you didn't watch Supercard this past Friday, again, I highly, highly encourage you. Please go out of your way to watch FTR versus the Briscoes, man. I swear you will not regret it one bit. 30 minutes, unadulterated, pure tag team wrestling at its finest. But yeah, man, I mean, so many great near falls in this match. My gosh, I mean, they did not come to play when it came to the near falls tonight for sure.
Just give your thoughts on the match. Go ahead.
Oh my God! I mean,
yeah.
Really, can you really go wrong with FTR and the? Really go wrong. I mean, these two teams. There's a reason why these two are at the top of the list when it comes to the best tag teams in the world, man. I mean, and they showed it once again tonight. The second ever time they've gone up against each other. Of course, the last time they faced off was at Full Gear for the AEW Tag Team titles, in which the Young Bucks did one. Funny how the last time they faced off, FTR were the heels, Young Bucks were the faces, and now the tides have turned this time around, man. But I mean, and not to mention, too, again, the Boston crowd tonight. My goodness, were you loud and rambunctious tonight in the best possible way. I got to shout out the Boston crowd for sure, man. They were red hot. I mean, I think they were on their feet the whole time for this main event. I mean, this was just wonderful. I mean, they were hanging on every single near fall and every single move. And FTR and the Bucks tag team wrestling done at its finest, man. These two teams know what they're doing and they know how to work tag team wrestling for sure, man. And this was just all kinds of fantastic. And man, I mean, FTR putting on 2 bangers in a row from this past weekend and now tonight. And Lord knows how many more bangers they're going to keep pumping out. But man, FTR, they just started their baby face run pretty much, and they are already like probably the most over tag team, not only in AEW, I'd say probably most over tag team in wrestling right now, man. These two guys are so freaking over. The crowd loves FTR, man. That Ring of Honor crowd this past Friday too went crazy for them as well. I mean, FTR already are portray themselves as such an over tag team, and people I think have known for years now how great of a tag team FTR is, and now that they're baby faces, they've tried breaking themselves away from the pinnacle and the business with MJF and Wardlow, and they fired Tully Blanchard, and they just broke out on their own. People are just behind it, man, and they need to keep rocking with this momentum, man. And honestly, FTR deserves a tag title run at some point within this year. If not this year, maybe into 2023. But I mean, it's like we got FTR, and then I look at Danielson and Moxley too as top contenders to win the tag titles as well. It's like this is how stacked this tag team division is in AEW. I can't decide who I want to hold those tag titles next, whether it be Santana Ortiz, FTR, or John Moxley and Bryan Danielson, man. I mean, it's just wonderful, man. I mean, I'm at a crossroads with this, but I don't mind it because it means we're just getting endless amounts of entertainment, and this definitely adds to it with this main event tonight. Wonderful stuff, and I love the added touch at the end with FTR doing the BTE trigger on Matt Jackson and then the kisses on the cheeks. I mean, I laughed out loud when it happened, man. I mean, that was beautiful, beautiful touches to the end of this match. And then, of course, the Big Rig. Also, I did name my brand new truck Big Rig. I thought that was very fitting for the brand new Toyota Tacoma that I got. I gotta get a little cocky here. I did buy myself a brand new 2022 Toyota Tacoma. So if you're in the Memphis area and you see that beautiful big rig there, just know that I'm the one. I'm the proud owner of it. And I'm the one driving that bad boy around the city of Memphis. So there you go.
There you go. Cam?
Big Money West driving his Tacoma. The
WFO. Instead of AFO, it's the WFO. Wesley Family Office, man. Big Money West. There you go. Man. I'll make sure that faction gets over for sure. There you go.
Yeah, right. I like the sound of that, man. This might it sound like a hot take, but I'm gonna say it. I like the match we saw tonight, and it might be recency bias. I don't know. No, it might be recency bias. I don't know. If I look back, if I go back and watch this match, and I go back and watch the full game match, I may have a different answer for you in a week. But I'm gonna say I like this match we had tonight better than the match they had at Full Gear. I like this match better than the match they had at Full Gear. And I'm only saying that, because one, I did like their Full Gear match, and I understand that the Young Bucks are the baby faces and FTR were the heels, but still, though, this is at the point in time where they're doing the whole. No, but still, though, this is during the point in time where they're doing the thing where the Young Bucks were kind of acting like heels. I mean, they were baby faces for that storyline, but leading up to it, they're kind of acting like heels. They're super kicking people. They're super. They're disrupting the show, super kicking people each. They're disrupting the show. They're super kicking people each week. And so, while they were the baby faces in that match, they were kind of, I think it kind of could have went both ways. What I like about this match here is that we had a definitive, no sugarcoat. FTR are the baby faces, and the Young Bucks are the heels. So I like that dynamic for it. And man, this is a freaking. How can you even describe a match like this? I'm just saying this is an excellent tag team match, man. How do you describe this? Get FTR Tag Team of the Year. Go ahead, man. Look, mail the trophy to their house. Ain't no other tag team touching FTR this year. This match was great. Oh my God, the near fall spot. Oh my God, the near fall spot with the ROH Tag Team titles, and with the ROH Tag Team titles, and one of the Bucks rolling up Cash Wheeler for the pinfall. I thought that was it. They legitimately got me with that. They legitimately got me. I was thinking to myself, oh, dang, the Young Bucks are about to become Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. And that last minute save by Doug Tarwood was incredible. Just an incredible match. I love the finish. Just an incredible match. I love the finish. I love the finish. I love the finish. FTR giving the Bucks the BTE trigger, man. This entire match was insane. Absolutely great match, man. Hats off to FTR. Hats off to the Young Bucks. By the way, can we put the Young Bucks are overrated shit in the bed? Can we put it in the bed? Can we put the Young Bucks are overrated indie spot monkeys to bed? Can we put that shit to rest? We need to put that shit to rest. The Young Bucks constantly continue to prove why they are why they are one of the best tag teams in the world. So this match was great, man. This was cinema. We saw cinema tonight, man. Shout out to Tranquilo Club. This is cinema.
Facts. So, what a night. What a night it was. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fred Field channel. We got some more AEW content coming up this week. We got Rampage on Friday night for you guys. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts on tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite from Boston, Massachusetts. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from myself, Cameron Johnson, Wesley Williams. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, at Colin_Joseph. Be sure to follow me on TikTok as well. I'm doing a lot of sports content on there. We just reached over 100 followers, at Colin_Joseph. Cam, plug your socials.
Follow me on the Twitter sticks at Cam71101. Also, make sure you subscribe to the TNA podcast, man. And ever since WrestleMania, man, we have been on an absolute tear, man. Not only we've been on an absolute tear, man. Make sure you listen to the rest. Make sure you listen to the WrestleMania predictions we did. Make sure you listen to the WrestleMania show we did where we rebooked some of the absolute worst WrestleManias of all time. And we made it, we rebooked them the absolute worst Manias of all time. And we made them better. And best believe we are going to be rebooking WrestleMania 38 tomorrow. So check that out, man. Check out the interview we did with Kid. Check out the interview we did with Kid Bandit. Check out the interview we did with Kid Bandit. My boy Kid Bandit, one of my favorite indie workers one of my favorite indie workers in the world right now, man. That dude is going to be great. Had an absolutely fantastic, had an absolutely fantastic match with Ninja Fan, Sean, man. He was an absolute blast, man. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you check that out. CNE podcast available on all platforms.
Wes, take us home.
You already know, follow me over on Instagram at The Real Wesley Snipes. You can also follow me on TikTok under the same username. That is at The Real Wesley Snipes. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to see the three-man band come back together to talk about the best wrestling company in the world and all elite wrestling. Great episode of Dynamite tonight. We will be back this Friday to talk Rampage. Should be another great show there. And again, Tony Khan firing on all those cylinders, man. He's bringing out banger card after banger card after banger card, and it's going to keep happening as we roll on into Double or Nothing next month. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Joseph, let's finish things off.
Yeah, sorry about laughing there for a brief moment. I'm just reading these memes on social media about Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. It's hilarious. So hilarious, bro. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy.